Welcome to Ready, Set, Real Estate, where we will help empower and educate you on many different aspects of real estate, finance, and investing. Each week, we will expand your knowledge and uncover hidden truths. We will break down real-world scenarios and study actual how-to strategies. Anyone can buy real estate, but together we'll ensure you make smart real estate investment decisions. Now, here's your host, award-winning author, international speaker, and real estate educator, Lisa Gillett.
Happy Wednesday. We are here. I love it when I can start right on time. I'm like feeling great about that. I'm like, yes, we are on time. I've been excited about coming on today. Today's topic has been born out of one of my escrows. Yes, of course, they all are. They all are. I was sound checking. Okay, so today's let me fix my visor. How many of you have a Ready Set Real Estate visor? This is rocking the pink one today. So I put myself in a high ponytail. All right, so I'm excited about today's show. So today's show, let me just bring the caption out here real quick. Good afternoon. I know I've got a lot of going on. Good afternoon. Good morning. Donto Williams is in the building. He says good afternoon. Say hi, say hello. Make sure you press 1, lets me know you're here. Press 2, lets me know you have shared it. Someone needs to hear today's topic because some of you probably have been arguing with your agent. You're mad that the seller is counting it a bedroom as a bedroom because it doesn't have a closet. It should have a closet. It doesn't have a window. It should have a window. It's a makeshift room and the ceilings are not all even or level. That whole thing we'll talk about today. Today, we will get to chime in and talk about Danto's like, I'm here, I'm taking notes. And 2, he's like, I shared it. Okay, so sharing is caring. Appreciate you. All right, so before we jump into that, let's do some announcements. Of course, we are August 2nd. In fact, my brother and my sister's birthday's coming up. So shout out to them. Leo season. Shout out to the Leo season. It's August already. I can't believe that. And I keep saying, we're third quarter. Where did second quarter go? First quarter, boom, gone. Second quarter, gone. Third quarter, I just keep thinking about like my tax bill coming up. Right, tax bill that I can say that I'm happy and grateful that I've had a great 2022, regardless of what was happening. It was just a very interesting time in my market, my business, real estate. And so, I gotta, pay Aunt Iris and Uncle Sam. Gotta pay Aunt Iris and Uncle Sam. So working that out. So that's why I'm like, oh my gosh, third quarter, fourth quarter is gonna be here in no time. I gotta write a check. But since we are talking about 2023 goals, and I like to break them up into monthly goals, quarterly goals, annual goals. The goal and the affirmation I have is I'm so happy, so grateful that I have the funds and resources to cut that check, right? I am so happy and grateful that I have those resources to make that tax payment. Okay, so that's for me. What else is happening in terms of goals, quarterly goals? I'm gonna probably just sidebar real quick because I do want to make this announcement. I was debating if I was actually gonna do it or not, but I'm in a mood. So for those of you who've been rocking with me for some time, and I'm bringing it up here, so that's why I'm clicking stuff. Okay, whoop whoop. Some of you know that I had been, boom. Some of you know that I have been a sponsor to an event called Jazzism. Yes, we are bringing Jazzism back. So some of you have received a text message to come on out, hang out with me, make it a great fun night, a date night. an opportunity to connect with professionals, just, people who are just wanting to come out for the summer because we've just been cooped up for so long. And so, shout out to Bay Entertainment, who we partner with, and we are sponsor partners to the Jazzism event. This is happening at the Andes West Hollywood venue in West Hollywood. We are doing something different this time, which is we do have a cover charge. So make sure you get your tickets. We did a whole couple years, at least when I was involved, there was no cover. This time there is, but $15 if you get it before August 1st, 4th, August 5th, the day of the event, it's going to be 25 bucks. But I must say this, if you decide between Thursday night and like Saturday morning, if there's an inkling of you wanting to come out and celebrate and hang out with us, get your tickets, lock it in, come hang out. If you love jazz, just good vibes, because it's just been that. So I feel like I've been when DeAndre called me and said, all right, we're bringing it back, this is what we're doing, I was like, yes, sign me up, because I work a lot, right? I'm in school, I'm studying work. So I'm inviting you. I'm inviting you to come and hang out if you are in, so Southern Cali. If not, because some of you are out of area and fly out. Like I noticed some people have come out. They're from Chicago, people from Mississippi, people from New York. Not necessarily coming up for this particular venue, but hear about it while they're hanging out in LA, Hollywood, West LA, wherever you are, South Bay, wherever you are, they hear about the venue, they hear about the event, come out, hang out, and they're like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. But you know what makes it amazing? Yeah, venue great, food great, drinks are available, right? Yes, but it's the people, that make this what it is. And so this is why I'm proud to share that I've come back, I've returned as a sponsor, and I'm excited. So we'll see you there, first Saturdays of each month. This is first Saturday. I'm coming back to Jazzism to sponsor. They've already had a Jazzism to which I wasn't a part of, but that was cool because we're bringing it back, and I'm happy to be part of it. All right. So that was my spiel right there. Okay. So in terms of quarterly goals, right? So those are my goals. Making sure that we are still connecting, we're still doing our show, we're sponsoring events, and we're here. Come on, we're here. We are here. Okay. What else needs to happen? Before I jump into today's show, I've covered that, disclaimers. I'll get into that right after our show break. Oh, and of course, for those of you who are new to me, my name is Lisa Gillett. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Also known as Super Agent Yes. Or a trademark that I actually have a renewal on. So in the motion of that. And your show host and creative Ready Set Real Estate, the merch, everything you see Ready Set Real Estate, your girl. This is me. This is me. Speaking of quarterly goals, I'm going to sidebar again. I was driving and I saw on the bus said Ready Set Harbor College. I've seen Ready Set Toyota, Ready Set something. And I just think back when I had this conversation with the trademark attorney that I had helped me do the international marks. And he says, you were really, really smart to jump on trademarking that, because he says, I see that everywhere. So I share this as we're talking about goals. If you have an idea, write it down. And what gives or births that idea its momentum? What gives it its momentum is the fact that you act on it. And just writing it down activates that. Writing it down activates that. And of course, I've gone through bigger motions and I keep seeing bigger things. Like I have a bigger plan, a bigger goal for Ready Set Real Estate, but it's going to involve me to do the work and then expand those partnerships, right? Expand and work on those licensing deals. Those are my quarterly goals, is taking those steps towards the bigger picture. All right. So professional wise or professionally, again, CEO and broker of Devenio Estates. That's a boutique firm here in Southern California. We are have been my brokerage actually just forming or founding my own brokerage has been recent, but I am in year 16, year 17 of being in business, and has not been easy. It definitely required some commitment and dedication on my part time, before I ended up doing this full time. So this is my bread and my butter, my passion and my purpose, my existence, my love. And so I come from a different space and place with this, as most. Again, Ready Set Real Estate having a show on Wednesdays. This is for you and I to connect. This is for you to get your real estate gems, and you do what you will with it. I'll give you a disclaimer shortly about, you do what you will with it. Background wise, again, pricing strategy advisor, short sales and foreclosure certified and experienced. And I absolutely love, and enjoy working with the senior community. So I do hold a senior real estate specialist designation. And all that means is I'm trained. I'm trained and focused on how do we market and sell to the senior community, especially as we're dealing with one of the largest demographics, the baby boomers, right? A little overkill. People are like, I'm tired of hearing that. But no, there's been a lot in motion around this demographic. So get hip to the conversation, get connected. And if you yourself are in that generation and you need someone to lean on, someone to look at something for you, I've got tons of senior clients that are asking me to look at paperwork, scan paperwork in to get it over to, certain agencies and whatnot. And I step in where I can. I step in where I can and encourage that it's a family conversation, right? Because they've been so used to being so independent for so long. And now they're shifting to that codependency. They're shifting to that codependency where our seniors are dependent on other people. So be there for them genuinely, right? Not what you can get out of it, but you too one day will be, if you are blessed enough to be older and old enough to get to that stage and place in your life. It reminds me of a quote that I was part of a talk, and we were talking about these new changes with websites, the disabilities, and I just can't let go of this thought. The presenter shared, he said, if you live long enough, you will experience at least one disability. And so I keep that in mind. I keep that in the forefront of my mind as I think about, the community and demographics that we work with. All right, that's my spiel. You don't need to hear more of that. Let's jump into today's sponsor. So shout out to, who is it? Shout out to, okay, Anthony Lee, my co-author, real estate investor, Philly realtor, doing big things out there with our latest book, Real Estate 100, The Teen and Investment Blueprint. We'll be right back after the sponsor break. Award-winning author Anthony Lee co-authored alongside myself. I was Lisa Porto then, still Lisa Porto. I'm Lisa Gillett. And you can grab your copy, right? Your copy at Amazon, Barnes and Noble, any of the online retailers. This book is available, award-winning. We're doing great things. And I am still in the work of launching or releasing a third part to that, which is the Real Estate 100 Teen and Millennial Land Developer. So still working on that. All right, good stuff. So disclaimers, of course, before I jump into the show. Of course, the information provided on this show should not be considered legal or tax advice. Please seek legal and tax advice from those reputable licensed professionals. Thanks for tuning in, and let's get right into it. Screen share. Yep, that's what we're doing today. Does it count as a bedroom? Can you believe we're on episode 218? Whoa, mind blown over here. Does it count as a bedroom? So let's get into it. What qualifies a room as a bedroom? We're going to talk about that, right? What qualifies a room as a bedroom? What do you mean, Lisa? I mean, if it's a room in the house and I could put a bed in there, someone can sleep. It's a bedroom. Not so fast. Not so fast, Tonto. So if you're a seller or a buyer, listen up. Listen closely, because if you're in the current market as seller buy, this applies to you. If you're renting out a room, this applies to you. If you're refinancing or at least seeking to refinance and cash out on the equity that you've built up or gained over this market, these market shifts and conditions, this applies to you, especially with people doing all these changes right now. So bedroom has to meet certain criteria. You just don't get to make up your own rules. No, doesn't work like that. You don't get to make up your own rules. In fact, rule number one or criteria number one is it must have an escape. So let's write that down. Drop that down in the comments. It must have an escape. So we can call it one. There's no particular order that I'm doing this. I'm just kind of talking us through it. So it must have an escape for emergency purposes. What does that mean? Beyond the point of entry, there should be a point of exit or egress, either by a window or exterior door. So it has to have an exit either by window or exterior door, not necessarily both. Okay, write that down. Write that down. Shout out, by the way, to those of you who are tuning in on our YouTube channel at LA Super Agent, connecting with us from next door, still connected out there with our folks in next door. Must have an escape beyond the point of entry, meaning another point of egress or exit, which is the window or the exterior door. Shout out to those of you who are tuning in on the BBC or connecting with us from the ERGJ Enterprises channel and the Facebook watch page, Lisa Gillett. Okay, cool. You got that. Nice thing about today's show, we get to do it just short, sweet, and simple, of course, because I'm like working on a project right now. I'm doing the accounting for an estate, and it's tedious work. And I need my double screens to do it. Otherwise, I can't do it at the house because I have double laptops, but it's a challenge to do it. Anyway, I digress. I digress. More so on the windows. Let's continue this conversation on the windows. So, International Residential Code or Building Code R310.1 does say that the window can be 24 to 44 inches from the floor. I just learned this. Okay, so here's, I feel you with my anecdotes, right? And this conversation about does it count as a bedroom has come out of or was born out of my recent escrow. I've had a couple escrows where this has come up, and I really have not done as extensive research as I've done this go round. Why? Because this particular property has a laundry list of code violations. The last time I had a property have a laundry list of code violations that have been called out by the city was when we sold a multifamily. It was 5 units, and we were in the middle of escrow, and the city did this random notice, right? Hey, people on this block, we are going to come do an inspection, right, on this track of multifamily buildings. They send the notice to the orders that they're going to come and do an inspection. And so at that time, there was a laundry list. I think it was like 7 pages of code violations that the city called out, that it said it did not meet the standards, right? The current standard. And that's where this thing gets tricky, is whether you're meeting the current standards. Got to have a great contractor, architect, and probably an attorney on your side to navigate this stuff. So in any case, I'm in this deal, and I'm calling my resources. I call my investor, call my contractors, and I'm like, windows? What he called out the windows and the door. What? Window? Well, doors I know, right? Because now there's like this whole code about the door has to be wide enough for wheelchair, right? Wheelchair. And so, but I'm like, windows, really? What's wrong with the windows? Here's what's wrong with the windows, and this is why I love this picture of this kid here, right here. This is what'll help you remember about windows. As we're talking about, does it count as a bedroom? If we have a window, the window has to be at least 24 to 48 4 inches from the floor. Why? In the event of an emergency, a child, right? A child should be able to climb out safely out of that window. Should be able to climb out of that window. So this image right here, this young man here, this young boy here, will be etched in your mind as you think about windows. It has to be at least 5.7 square feet, meaning measuring no less than a 24 by 20. 24 by 20. So that's a little bit more on windows as we talk about the exits. Has to be either a window or a door. Let's continue. You're with me? Good. Entrance, number 2. So I did slightly touch on it. Like I said, there's no particular order that I'm doing this. But number 2, in terms of bedroom requirement, I've got to have an entrance, commonly through the house. I've got to be able to access that bedroom commonly through the house. So yes, write it down. I've got to have an entrance through that house. And what exactly does that entrance entail? So if I have that entrance, if I'm coming through the house, then this bedroom also needs to have a way to exit, which we just touched on. The exit would be the window or exterior door. Write those notes down. Must have ways to exit. All right. Pice Construction is in the building. He says, hi, cuz. Hey, family. All the way out from Belize. Where you are? What city are you in today? Where's the project? Where's the latest projects talking about, does it count as a bedroom? Talking about construction here. Because people get wrapped up and say, can I count it as a bedroom? Oh, I just put it this way and I make a little corner and I can count it as a bedroom. But here, the International Residential or International Building Code says you've got to have some certain requirements met in order to consider it a bedroom. Just because you say it's a bedroom doesn't necessarily mean it's a bedroom. Size matters. Number 3, put that down. Size. So we've covered so far entrance, exit, number 3, size. What size does it need to be? What size? Does this work? Size matters. Yes, it does. It at least needs to be a minimum of 70 square feet. Size does matter when you're building or structuring a bedroom, especially for you all who are making additions or you're enclosing breakfast nooks, or enclosing. That's what I see common, enclosing breakfast nooks or breakfast areas or eat-in areas. Like if you have a property with a formal living room, formal dining room, and an eating kitchen, I'm seeing they're enclosing one of those rooms as a bedroom, because you will still have a place to eat, a place to gather, sitting area, working space, calling it a bedroom. Otherwise, guess what? If it doesn't meet this requirement, you're just going to get this bonus room. And depending on your appraiser, you will get some value, but that value is going to be at their opinion. It'll be discretionary to what they say. Hey, this thing jumped ahead. Okay, boom. So let's talk about the ceiling since we're talking about this size matters. Number 4, the ceiling height also matters. Ceiling height has to be at least 7 feet tall. You taking notes? Ceiling height has to be at least 7 feet tall. Now, some of you have walked into bedrooms, especially if we get to like 2 stories, and then there's like the part where the steps come in or you walk in, and then depending on how the roof slants, right? If the roof does something like this, and then you have maybe a part of this area is a bedroom, 50%, right? So 50%, I've got to be at 7 feet. The remainder can be lower, but I've got to be at a 50% where it's 7 feet. All right. King is in the building and says, tuned in. Many thanks. Absolutely. Thanks for checking in with us. So think about that. So think about how many bedrooms that you've walked in and you've like walked in, you're like, whoa, whoa, especially you tall folks, 7 feet. You'll get 7 feet and you may get a little disgruntled or get upset and say, gosh, this ceiling's not level. Shouldn't even count as a bedroom. Well, again, building code requirements say as long as 50% of the ceiling is 7 feet high, I get to call it a bedroom. I get to call it a bedroom. Now, the infamous question here. Infamous question. Does it need to have a closet? This has been like nature versus nurture, the school of thought. Do people learn from their environment and does their environment make them who they are? Or is it nature, their genetics, their biology? That's what determines who they are. So in real estate, there's this big debate about whether a bedroom needs to have a closet in order to be considered a bedroom. We've covered already the 4 things that it needs to have. Number 1, entrance. 2, exit. 3, size, meet the required size. And 4, ceiling height. The importance of having the window and or door, as I continue to discuss this or explore this, is ventilation. Light and ventilation. Having light and ventilation is also a key factor. But what are your thoughts? Does it need to have a closet? Have you argued people down and say, so truth be told, in my earlier career, I have been a stickler about this, but I know in learning, I've had to change my mindset. I've had to be like, well, if it doesn't have a closet, I can't count it as a bedroom. Not so quite. Why? Because the International Building Code says that closets are not required. What? Yeah, I can actually just put an IKEA storage closet somewhere that you can put your clothes, hang your clothes up, hang your shoes and your belongings, and I can call that a closet and we can move on. So the argument varies based on where you are. So the real estate market may expect a closet. When I say real estate, I mean the community. We, as brokers, agents, salespersons, may expect a closet in 2023. Buyers may expect a closet. In fact, we negotiated a deal that they include a closet, and they did exactly this. They bought one probably from IKEA, they built it up and placed it right in the corner of the bedroom, and there's your closet. So if you were thinking of actually having something drywalled, right? Where my drywallers at? Drywall, you put your, your bar, you enclose that drywall, you make it look nice and pretty. I mean, yes, there's different ways you can do that, but this will suffice. You got a closet. So the conversation here is mainly paying attention on the year the property was built. In today's day, depending on newer homes, newer construction, depending on the tract, where you are, they may or may not have a closet. Those bedrooms may or may not have a closet. But again, for the point of conversation and that we get rid of the contention, we squash this argument today. Closets are not required. So go in peace, my friends. Don't lose the deal because you don't have a closet. But if that bedroom meets all these other requirements, it is a bedroom. It does count. Let's keep it pushing. Don't get into arguments over whether it has a closet or not. All right. Okay. I love it. Today was short, sweet, and simple. If you have any questions, of course, you can email me at lisa@laSuperAgent.com, lisa@laSuperAgent.com. If you got a topic suggestion or new guests that you'd like for us to feature and share, I am lining up a guest for this month. He and I have been playing phone tag because he's been traveling and doing his thing, but I definitely want to bring him back on the show because there are a lot of things happening in the kind of credit world, student loan world, finance world, you get it, right? So all these things that tend to impact our abilities to acquire more loans, our abilities to purchase property, especially if we are actually going to use a loan. I want to have someone, and this person has an extensive amount of knowledge, and he's written many books on that. I am happy and delighted to bring him back on the show. So working on that, and I'm working on bringing other people on the show. Again, if you have a topic suggestion, something you want to hear about for us to dive in, feel free to let us know. Of course, you can visit LASuperAgent.com. At LA Super, I'm going to drop that in a comment real quick. So LASuperAgent.com. There is a plug for you to, boop, boop. There is a section where you can submit your own questions, or if you got a scenario that you want to share, hey, we're here for it. Let's discuss, because this is how we learn together. We grow and we learn together. All right. We'll see you next week for another information-packed episode on Ready, Set, Real Estate. You guys have a fantastic, continue to enjoy the summer, and you're the best. We'll see you next week. Take care. Bye.
Thank you for listening to the Ready, Set, Real Estate podcast with Lisa Gillett, the LA Super Agent. Please like, subscribe, and share LA Super Agent